The session. Welcome to the session. Let us continue our study. Now, the track that Master was following, the Trinity, the three divine aspects, and so on, that is more or less over. Now we are left with just a few in this part of the book, the first part of the, or this part of the book. There are just three or four more, like we can say sutras. But these are real blockbuster sutras. So please read them carefully, read them again and again, really study them because they give really powerful, I would say somewhat unique, but definitely very important knowledge is being given to us in these chapters. Yeah, we are reading the book, The Existence of God is Self Evident, and we are on Sutra number 69. Divine justice can be balanced by divine mercy. It is in forgiving that one is forgiven. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned, said Saint Francis of Assisi. By showing mercy, one can receive mercy. Blessed are the merciful, for mercy shall be shown to them. These are all quotes taken from the Bible, different parts of the Bible. If a person does not show mercy by forgiving, how can one harvest forgiveness, thereby partially erasing one's negative karma? The law of forgiveness and the law of mercy supersede the law of karma. Especially the last line. I think this is something that we have to really, really internalize. Yeah. So this is on a very important topic on forgiving, divine mercy and the way of, the master is basically telling us the extraordinary importance of forgiving, the importance of forgiving. Yeah. You see, here he has, so like there is loving kindness, there are those five virtues. Here he has just picked one, which is forgiveness or mercy, which is a part of the love aspect. And later in the one or two sutra later, we will talk about discernment. But just these are, like I said, super important sutras. Just meditate on the sutra, read again and again, and understand the meaning and importance deeply. It needs to be internalized. So, Master says divine justice. Now, divine justice, one meaning of divine justice is the law of karma. You see, the law of karma, like all laws of nature, this is a divine law. Humans have not created it. No one else has created it. It is there. It is a part of our existence, of the manifested world that we live in. Correct? So, this is what one of the meanings of divine justice is the law of karma, or how the divine justice is delivered to us is through the law of karma. Now we know that nothing can block the action of law of karma. Actually, Master says even God cannot do that. You have to be karmically entitled. You keep praying, but your prayers are answered only when you are karmically entitled. So, or you are having difficulty. You say, Bhagwan, or Lord, why do I have this difficult time? Please remove my difficulties. It will be removed only as per the law of karma. Yeah. So nothing blocks the law of karma, but here now Master tells us, yes, there is something that can reduce, that can partially erase. And not only that, you see what Master says in the last line, very sort of a unique teaching. The law of forgiveness and the law of mercy supersede the law of karma. So far we thought nothing can supersede law of karma, but now we are being told that by forgiving, by practicing mercy, we can overcome the law of karma. Yeah. And so when we say forgiveness and mercy, so mercy, the simplest way for us to practice mercy is by forgiveness, by practicing forgiveness. You see, as we live life, friction is inevitable. We will have problems. And it's not that the other person is bad or I am bad. It is just that none of us is perfect. So our imperfections, they will cause friction. They will cause heat. We suffer due to our actions, our karma. Others also hurt us. Now, we always, all of us want to be treated kindly, gently, lovingly, mercifully. If I make a mistake, I tell the person, sorry, please forgive me. Right? The only way to ensure that is by creating the entitlement for that. And how? By showing mercy to others, being quick to forgive other people. Now, again, remember, Master Choa's teachings are very practical. So, he has distinguished between inner forgiveness and outer forgiveness. Inner forgiveness, all cases, all people, all situations. Outer forgiveness, case to case basis. You may need to take action, but after doing inner forgiveness, when you act against somebody, it is not out of anger, it is not to take revenge, but because it is the right thing to do. But before that, you need to forgive. So that when you are acting, it is not out of anger, it is not to harm or hurt or cause pain to the person, but just to do the right thing. And you see what happens when we don't forgive. When we don't forgive, we are actually harming ourselves, because that anger, that resentment, that pain within us, that hurt within us, that will stay within us. How to get rid of it? The only way to get rid of it is by forgiveness. There's no other way. And if you are a pranic healer, if you heal regularly, you will see, for example, in the advanced pranic healing book, so many ailments, for so many protocols, master has said person needs to forgive, person needs to let go of his resentment, person needs to forgive. For example, I remember in the kidney ailments, many of the kidney ailments, master says this person needs to forgive. Yeah. So again, I remind you of the last line. The law of forgiveness and the law of mercy are more powerful. They supersede the law of karma. So what we need to do in our life is to incorporate mercy, forgiveness. And again, remember, forgiveness, inner and outer. You may need to take action, but after forgiving on the inside. Yeah. And I hope all of us are very well aware of the steps. Master has given, master always says follow simple instructions. He's given us the simple steps to practice forgiveness. Imagine the person in front of you, connect to the person, recognize the person. I am a soul, you are a soul, but in our life, we are not perfect. We make mistakes. I make mistakes. You made perhaps a mistake. I forgive you. We are not perfect. And please forgive me. Yeah. And this has to be done repeatedly. So, my suggestion is take out or identify, mark 5 minutes of your day. In those 5 minutes, think of anybody who has hurt you, harmed you, caused you some pain. Maybe person has not acted, you had expectations, person has not lived up to the expectations. Maybe the person said something which seemed nasty to you. Whatever it is, need to forgive. You know, for example, in my case, I like to not go to sleep. Not, when the body has to sleep, I like to forgive before that, for sure. And in most cases, I would like to forgive as soon as that hurt has happened. All of us get hurt. Like Master says in the one or two sutras later, even Master Choa would get hurt. But the important thing is to recover from that by forgiving. Okay, Sutra number 70. MCKS has experienced God's love. We are all children of God. God loves all of us. God loves the good, the not so good, the bad, and the terrible. God loves us no matter what or who we are. I mean, I'm saying who. Master has not said. Master has said what we are. God is all loving. God is all merciful. Now, a few things here. You know, do you find it strange that instead of saying, I have experienced God's love, he says, MCKS has experienced God's love? So why is he talking about himself in the third person? So I think partly it is due to humility. When you say I, sometimes it leads to pride. But more important, I think it is because he wants us to identify with the soul who had a persona called MCKS. The person, MCKS is the person, the personality, which the soul, a soul, was occupying. So he doesn't want to identify with the personality. He wants to stay identified, with the soul. He, so, like, I have bodies, I have the personality, but I am the soul. But my awareness somehow is always stuck. So I will say, I am angry, I am hungry, I am sleepy, I am this, I am that. But Master Choa not only is not saying I, he is saying, for example, he would say, my body needs to be fed. But here he is going even one step further. He is saying he's not even referring to himself as I, because that reference is to the person, not to the soul. Yeah. Actually, we can do a short experiment. Let's do that. Why don't you scan your spiritual cord as it is right now? Scan your spiritual cord. Yeah. Scan your spiritual cord, please. You're doing this? Okay. Now say with me, Master Choa Kok Sui was the person. He was the body or the bodies. We have seen pictures of him. This is what he used to look like. Scan again. Scan your spiritual cord again. What has happened to the spiritual cord? Yes, you may find it little harder to scan now because it has reduced in size. Okay, let's say erase, erase, erase. Master Cho Kok Sui is the soul. The higher soul occupying the person was our teacher or is our teacher, because the soul is, it doesn't have a lifetime. So the soul that occupied the body of Master Cho Kok Sui is our spiritual guru, is our holy guru. Or you can even go one step further. You say, Master Choa, I know as the divine spark. The divine spark, I call Master Choa, used the personality that we saw as Master Choa. But he is actually the soul, the higher soul, the divine spark. Okay, just scan your spiritual cord again. What has happened to the size of the spiritual cord? Would you like to give some feedback? What has happened to the spiritual cord? When you said he's the body or he's the person, what happened? When you said he's the soul or the divine spark, what happened?
Big.
When is it bigger?
Yes.
bigger, again bigger.
Again.
पर जब आपने बोला, when you said he is the person, he is the body, then what happened?
That time it became small.
Smaller. Yes. So that is what will happen. You see, when we recognize the other person also as a soul, I mean, of course, Master Choa is easy for us to say, yes, he's a very highly evolved soul and so on. But when we recognize each of us, each other also as the soul occupying the body, as the soul using the personality, that is when even our spiritual cord becomes bigger. Yeah. So very important, if we are on the spiritual path, it is not only enough to recognize yourself as the soul, but also people you meet also, they are the soul. Yeah. Okay, let's come to what Master is telling us in this sutra. He's saying God is all loving, all merciful. That means God is infinitely loving. God's love is infinite. It is not in any shortage. God is all merciful. God loves all of us. So, what we need to do is to, number one, be receptive and conductive. And number two, neutralize the limiting factors within us, which limit how much God's love and mercy we are able to absorb or we are able to take in. What are those limiting factors? They are our character flaws. जो हमारी कमजोरियां हैं, weaknesses हैं, those are the limiting factors. Because of them, the amount of divine love and divine mercy we are able to download or absorb is limited. Yeah. Shall we do another experiment? Hmm? Why don't you scan your spiritual cord again? Okay, and then just be still, close your eyes, be still, be receptive. Just listen to me. I will just recite the same sutra again. We are all children of God. God loves all of us. God loves us no matter what we are. God is all loving. God is all merciful. We are all children of God. God loves all of us. God loves the good, the not so good, the bad, and the terrible. God loves all of us. God loves us no matter what we are. God is all loving. God is all merciful. Yeah, I hope you are mentally reciting with me. We are all children of God. God loves all of us. God loves us no matter what we are. God is all loving. God is all merciful. I am fully receptive and conductive to the divine love, to the divine mercy coming to me from God through all the great ones, through my teacher. Fully receptive, fully conductive. Slowly, gently open your eyes. If you want to scan your spiritual cord, just check again what has happened. Hopefully, it is now as big as your head, or maybe even bigger. Of course, that increase may be temporary. And how do you feel? I hope you feel nice and at peace and sort of joyful. Yeah.
So just double हो गई.
Sorry.
So double हो गई है just.
Double हो गए. हाँ, correct.
हाँ.
Yes. Very good, very good.
So I noticed
Yeah.
when we scanned our spiritual cord first, and when you went on saying about God's love and everything further, so I could literally feel the energy and the cord becoming bigger, bigger.
Oh,
And
nice.
then at that time it stopped. So that was quite big to what it was when I scanned the first time.
Okay, very good, very good.
And,
Actually, I could
and
also feel, it felt like very soft and very, uh, how should I say, cooling energy, I could feel coming in. I don't know if anyone else felt like that. Anyway, let's
Yes, I
read.
feel, sir. Very
आपको भी लगा?
calmness,
हाँ,
peacefulness. ऐसा क्या
peaceful.
बस आंखें बंद करके बैठे रहो.
Very
I
good. Very good. Very good. So, thank you for sharing.
a sort of santosh,
Um,
एक peace.
Serenity, I think the word you're looking for.
Yeah.
You're very
Yeah.
serene. You feel very serene. You don't want to now say anything, do anything. Yeah. All right, let's read forward. It is with great reluctance that the subject matter has been revealed. It is possible that some readers may not be able to comprehend most of the spiritual findings and may consider all of these as pure nonsense. So, Master knows that there are all kinds of people in the world. Master used to keep saying that one has to be careful who you share information with. There is a saying in the Bible, do not throw pearls to swine. What it means is that you give knowledge, higher knowledge, to people who are not ready for it. Swine refers to people who are really stuck in their lower nature, who are really stuck in their bodies. So pearls means the, words of wisdom. If you throw it to them, they cannot appreciate it. As pranic healers, of course, we can understand and appreciate these teachings. You must have heard the saying, pranic healing is a bridge to spirituality. Even if you are not practicing arhatic yoga, you have already awakened your consciousness to a somewhat higher level. Just the fact that you learn to, you have understood that there is more to the world than the physical, visible world. And because you've done, when you did the course, the basic pranic healing course, you have scanned the spiritual cord, you have done the twin hearts meditation, you have, talked about the law of karma, the virtues, and so on. So you have already, doing. And master also used to say that 200 years ago, this knowledge would not have been revealed. What all that he has talked about in the book, because the world was not ready, the mental bodies were not sufficiently developed. But now, as we are coming out of Kali Yuga and moving into the next era, mental bodies are more developed, and you can perhaps see that in your own children. Your children are much sharper and mentally more developed than you were perhaps when you were a child. I mean, I can say that for myself for sure. And for a teacher like Master Choa, and all such holy masters and all the great teachers, there is something called the Bodhisattva vow, Bodhisattva pledge, that I will not leave humanity until all beings have attained the spiritual goal of, attaining moksha. Until all humans are ready to move to the next chain, we will not give up on humanity. So they take birth, they come back again and again, even though they don't perhaps need to. Yeah. So I think that is why one needs to be very, very grateful to Master Choa. MCKS. Some readers or students might create an unrealistic image of what MCKS is based on their preconceived idea of what a spiritual teacher should be. All of these MCKS is not. MCKS is just a good person who's trying to be a better person, a better soul. MCKS, just like all of you, is in the process of evolving and has to repeatedly practice patience, understanding, and tolerance. MCKS also gets hurt and experiences pain and has to remember to practice forgiveness. MCKS is as human as all of you. Qualitatively, this is true. Quantitatively, there is a certain degree of difference. Yeah. So I remember I myself had the first time I went to attend Master Choa's workshop, I had my own preconceived idea of what I thought he will look like. In those days, this is 2005, internet was not so developed. There was not so much about pranic healing on the internet. So I had not seen his pictures except in the books. So, growing up in India, my impression was that a spiritual teacher must have a beard, he must have long hair, he will wear robes. So, when Master came on stage, he was clean shaven, shining face, wearing glasses, and he had like a, shirt and trousers. So, very different. And the way he started talking, all that was a little bit of a shock, honestly speaking. Honestly, it was a bit of a shock to me. But as he spoke, as I listened to him, as I saw, how much knowledge he was giving in such a short time, that is when my acceptance came. That is when I became, I committed to being a disciple of him. And of course, you can see that Master Choa is being humble. Number one, he's being humble. He's telling us that, I'm just like you. Also, I think by saying that, he is encouraging us, he is inspiring us, he is motivating us that if Master Choa was as human as all of us, and he was able to attain so much in his lifetime, and he was able to evolve so much, then it is possible for us also. Correct? So I think I hope this serves as a motivating and inspiring note. I think we'll stop here today.